1 hour and 56 minutes. I'm sure that a lot of you present today are familiar with people who often wish that there were more hours in the day. So much more could be fitted into our lives if only we had them extra few hours each day. I'm also sure that in this modern technological era of 2019, that the majority of people are familiar with the term social media. Social media refers to electronic communication where online users share messages, photos, and much more. Well, have you worked it out yet? Yes, each day we spend a staggering 1 hour and 56 minutes on average on social media, according to Statista.com. I let that sink in. My name is Tarah Sherlock, and today I will be discussing all things social media and how it might be taking over your life. Already, there are 2.46 billion social media users worldwide, so what I am saying is very relevant to so many. So you're probably thinking, what is she talking about? What does she mean, is social media taking over your life? Well, to be frank, basically what I'm saying is that social media is becoming so prominent and relied upon in society today that I think that if not already, very soon, it will become almost an everyday essential, a necessity. Most people have their own opinions on social media. Some say that they couldn't live without it, while others think it is a complete waste of time. I am sort of on the fence. While I can see the positives, I can see the negatives also. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have a question. Raise your hand if you use at least one form of social media. Looking around, it is clear that most of us do. You know, it's hard to believe that just a mere 15 years ago, most of these sites didn't even exist. But nowadays, people spend a huge amount of time online. I am just a normal teenager. And like most other 16-year-olds, I have more or less grown up with social media. I don't remember a time without the likes of Facebook or Twitter. I use apps such as Snapchat and Instagram to communicate and keep in contact with my friends. My generation devote a huge amount of time to their social media, and I do think that this is a cause for concern. Stereotypically, when people think of social media and young people, they often think of lazy teenagers, always taking selfies and constantly scrolling. Understandably enough, as this is the demographic associated with social media. However, this is not the case. 71% of Irish adults admit they enjoy using the likes of Facebook and Instagram, according to irishtechnews.ie. In my opinion, adults are just as likely to get consumed by social media as teenagers. Recently, I was in a restaurant, and beside me were a middle-aged couple. The man was busy WhatsApping, while the woman was desperately trying to post a nice picture of her meal. No chat, no conversation, no communication. What does this say about the society we are living in? Are we going to come to a point where we sit and message each other instead of talking? So many can relate to the harsh reality of having to get their daily social media fix first thing in the morning and last thing before they turn off the light at night. After thinking about this harsh reality for so many, I came up with a few suggestions as to why this might be so. Long ago, before the age of social media, everybody didn't know what everybody was doing during the day. Today, at the touch of a button, you can bring up the profile of anybody in the whole entire world. You can see their name, personal details, and photos after a few simple clicks. Does this huge turnaround mean that over the years we have become essentially nosier and more inquisitive into other people's lives? Have we become so invested in each other that we need to know what everyone is doing at various times during the day? I have come across people posting pictures of where they are, what they are doing, even what they are eating throughout the day. I mean, do we really have to know that you were at the shop this morning buying milk? So, I have pointed out that people do post a lot, but what about the contents of these posts? I'm sure you will agree that 99% of the time, it is the nice, happy, fun pictures we see. It is rare when you come across someone not looking great or having a bad day. This is a problem across all social media platforms, but in particular Instagram, I think, a flawless aesthetic and idyllic lifestyle are what is constantly promoted. At this time when mental health and anxiety issues are on the increase, surely social media only adds to this. Posting and putting yourself out there on social media only leaves you vulnerable and open to criticism. Do you know what really annoys me? People being so engrossed in trying to get a nice photo of significant moments in their lives to share with others and post it online instead of embracing and living in the moment. We miss out on so many invaluable experiences, all for the sake of social media. So, is social media taking over your life? Have you related to any of the points I have made? If the answer is yes, I think now is the time to make some changes. Life is short, and I fear as we get older, we are only going to regret the amount of time aimlessly spent on social media. Don't let this happen. Use it in moderation. Know that not everything is as perfect as it looks on social media. And finally, live in the moment. As Horace the poet once says, carpe diem, seize the day, and don't wait to read about it on Facebook later on. I said at the start of my speech that people often wish for more time. Use the time unnecessarily spent on social media to do something more productive. Thank you.